a possible area of rotation. It keeps fluctuating between being very strong and weak, so we may not have a tornado, but with the environment that we have, we need to take all precautions to keep you safe. You can see all these severe thunderstorm warnings are just going nuts. We're going to be seeing these all day long. So I'm going to remove these, and we're going to back things out and take a look at the entire heartland one more time. More severe thunderstorm warnings. Paducah, you're now under a severe thunderstorm warning for the storm that's moving out of Ballard County into McCracken County, northern Graves County. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Scott County. Very strong winds moving through Anna Jonesboro right now. We talked about that. Winds getting close to 80 miles per hour. That will definitely cause power to go out. Those strong winds are headed towards Marion, Carbondale, Carterville area as well. We could be seeing some strong gusty winds, even though some of those areas are not officially under severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a line of very strong gusty winds that is headed through parts of southern Illinois. So let's zoom into this area, and you can see Carterville, Carbondale. You're all in that corridor of very strong gusty winds. As we take a look at the true velocity, boy, just look at that strong gust front that is moving into Anna Jonesboro right now, right across Highway 51. I'm going to zoom in a little closer. You can see right where, I think that's right where 143 or 146 and 51, where 51 goes north. There's a couple of fast food joints right here, a gas station. Folks, that is very strong winds. Let's take a look at the strength that we're seeing right now on First Alert Doppler Network about how strong some of these winds are with this area that is moving towards the 77-mile-per-hour wind still. So this will definitely cause some possible power outages. Now, again, that's up in the sky. It's about 3,000 feet, maybe 1,500 feet or so in the air where the radar is indicating that wind speed. But we can still easily see winds approach 70 miles per hour along Highway 46 in the Anna Jonesboro area and up Highway 51 as we go through the Anna area. Brian, are you getting any reports of wind damage or anything like that from the Weather Service? I know we've just been seeing tons of warnings issued. They just keep scrolling and scrolling, just warning after warning. Yeah, no reports from Union County as of yet, but they are just getting hit incredibly hard at the moment. As a matter of fact, we have about 6 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now. And Grant, as you were talking about, we were tracking that possible rotation now in Reynolds, or rather in Iron, moving into Madison County. And in their severe thunderstorm warning, in the text that the Weather Service put out, they also put that little tornado tag in there, tornado possible. So we're going to continue tracking this severe thunderstorm warning for Madison County as it goes out until 4:30 and is moving east at 35 miles an hour. We also have this severe thunderstorm warning in Jefferson County until 4:15. That's moving east at 30 miles an hour. A broad severe thunderstorm warning stretching from Jackson, Williamson, and Union County in southern Illinois. That extends out to 4:15 p.m. and is moving east at 40 miles an hour. So we're tracking the threat of some very large hail and damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 to 70 miles an hour. We see a little hail core just south of Alto Pass. Also some intense rain, possibly some hail in extreme southeastern Jackson County. All this moving to the east at, let's say, 40 miles an hour. So look out Elvira. Look out Glendale, Vienna, Marion. This thunderstorm is heading right in your direction, and it's going to be right overhead in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Please take this seriously. It's going to be a long night. This is only the first round. We have a lot more thunderstorms well to our west. Yeah. Also, a newly issued severe thunderstorm warning for Graves in Ballard and McCracken County. That's until 4:30. And this is going to be really interesting to watch, Grant, because this is what we call in the cone of silence. You're not getting a good sample from the radar side because the thunderstorm is so close. What you can bet on is large hail, damaging straight line wind moving right toward the Paducah area. This thunderstorm warning goes out until 4:30 this afternoon. Yeah, do me a favor. I want you, if you would, Brian, to kind of read up real quick on, there's a lot of stuff that the Storm Prediction Center has put out with some mesoscale discussions. I'm sure it has something to do with this that is headed our way. I'm just going to be kind of interested in their thoughts of it as well. But Again, we're staying on the air right now because we have winds approaching 80 miles per hour moving into Anna Jonesboro. That can cause significant damage. We have a possible tornado that may be developing in southern Madison County. And then we have 90 to 100 mile per hour winds heading our way. Again, this is why we issued that first alert action day, because we had a suspicion that this was going to be a very bad severe weather day. And with it being the holiday weekend where everybody wants to be out on a boat or camping or kayaking, this was a bad case scenario of when to have this occur. Now, the rotation looks much weaker now with that storm, but I think it's I want to try and get it to come off a different radar site, just because it is so far in no man's land. I want to see if I can get it off of the St. Louis radar site rather than the Paducah radar site. Okay, we're on St. Louis right now, so I'm going to scope it real quick. I know it's a little far out, but that's where I'm worried right there. We've got, okay, there is still the rotation, but it is weaker on St. Louis as well. So this continues to fluctuate up and down, but a dangerous storm moving across southern Madison County. And then you could see that they've issued to our west basically just a broad tornado warning with this line of storms that's headed our way. And I want to put a storm track on here, but I'm going to have to, Brian, I want to throw things to Brian McCormick real quick, because I'm going to have to adjust the speed on the overall path so I can track that squall line headed our way.
That's fine, because we do have a little bit to talk about. We were talking about that severe thunderstorm in Madison County, Missouri. Not only are we tracking the threat of a possible tornado, but National Weather Service and we are concerned that there may be 2-inch sized hail within this thunderstorm now approaching Zion along Highway 67. Fredericktown, you don't look to be in the immediate threat, but we're talking hail size larger than golf balls, close to billiard ball sized hail now moving into central Madison County. Again, pool ball sized hail possible as it continues to move through southern Madison County. That's not something that we see very often. Again, hail larger than the size of golf balls possible in central Madison County as this thunderstorm moves to the east at 35 miles an hour. A severe thunderstorm warning continues until 4:30. So we still have about another 35 minutes left with this particular severe thunderstorm. So look out, please. We're seeing a very strong indication of rotation. Yeah, here it is.
It's getting stronger.
Southwestern Madison County, take your severe weather safety precautions right now. We're seeing a strong indication of rotation in the southwestern side of the county. Now, this is approaching the Zion area along Highway 67, so we have the threat of a tornado. We also have the possibility for hail larger than the size of golf balls now moving into town. So, Marquand, you have the threat of hail as well. You're in that severe thunderstorm warning polygon, but not in the immediate path of the possible rotation. Zooming it down a little bit farther to the southeast, it does look like the severe thunderstorm now in central Scott County is going to be pushing out. Wow, look at it's just a mess right now. Here's Scott County. The severe thunderstorm warning is going to be expiring at 4 o'clock, so another 4 minutes. You see the severe thunderstorm now pushing into southern Alexander County. This is southern Illinois here, and here's Pulaski County. This is going to be moving to the east. Carroll, you're getting some very heavy rain, possibly even some small hail. I have family in the Carroll area. Be sure to send me a text, let me know what you're seeing if you can safely do so. A bit farther to the east, Ballard, northern Carlisle, McCracken, and northern Grays County. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for another 3 minutes. Looks like the eastern extent of this severe thunderstorm goes out till about 4:30. So we were talking about a little earlier, it's within the cone of silence. You may have heard that from popular movies on television, but what the cone of silence is, the storm is so close to the radar that we can't get a good sample of what exactly is going on with the particular thunderstorm. But we do know that large hail and damaging wind gusts are a real possibility. Now moving into McCracken County and northern Graves County. We've had quarter-sized hail reported from Wycliffe. As this particular thunderstorm rolled through, we had quarter-sized hail reported in Wickliffe about 30 minutes ago, and that's moving into southern McCracken County. Also, very quickly, another few severe thunderstorms to talk about. Now we're zooming in. Here's Jefferson County, northern side of the heartland. Mount Vernon, we've had some reports of very heavy rains with small hail. It looks like the most intense part of this thunderstorm now moving to the east side of the county, approaching Wayne County. So again, this severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 4:15.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Where is, let's check that Heron, where the festival's going on, because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there. Where, and they are kind of getting, it looks like this most severe of the weather is just off to their south, is it not right now? I'm trying to see exactly where that I know it's hard to get it to pop up on the radar sometimes, exactly the location. But they're
Heron Road right here. So, yeah, it's getting some very heavy rain. It looks like they are in the severe thunderstorm warning, but it appears as though,
Now, this is, again, there's going to be another line that comes through, and that's what I want to kind of talk about real quick. Let's go back to Max 1, if we would. Thanks for your help there, Brian. We've got a serious situation with this first line moving through southern Illinois. Again, if you're going to the Heron Festival, this is going to be out of the area here shortly, but this is rapidly moving our way. Now, I've been reading up on this right here, what we've been very concerned with near Rolla. Numerous reports of tornadoes, not just your typical type of big tornado, but quick spin-up tornadoes have occurred with this line of storms. Winds between 90 and 100 miles per hour. We've had lots of damage with this as well to our west. That is what's headed our way. That is what we're most concerned with. Yes, we have a tremendous amount of severe thunderstorm warnings out, and we have this one storm in southern Madison County that just keeps showing signs that it wants to produce a tornado. Again, officially no tornado warning for Madison County, but you see that little appendage right there. That is a hook echo. This has been rotating up and down, but our big concern is this mass of wind that's going to move all the way across a good bit of the heartland. Numerous people will be impacted by this, and Doppler radar in Springfield, they are tracking this bow echo, and it'll be interesting to see if it keeps up that way, at 90 miles per hour. That's how fast they're tracking it off to the east. We're going to slow it down to 80 because sometimes they don't maintain that speed, but you can see that it's well into our viewing area within the hour. It's in our viewing area in about 20 minutes. And this is going to be a significant severe weather event if this holds together. This is going to knock down numerous power poles. This is going to knock down trees throughout a good part of the central areas of the heartland if this line holds together and maintains its strength. If you don't have thunderstorms right now, it's a good time to start charging up your devices, because many of us will lose power, unfortunately, with this line the way it looks right now. I hope it weakens, but indications are that it won't. Right now we're tracking this storm that is headed towards Marquand, and up to 2-inch diameter hail is possible with this storm. And I want to try and get it to where it's on Paducah right now. I want to get it on the St. Louis radar because I want to look at the velocity from St. Louis. Okay. The St. Louis radar is showing a pretty significant hook echo with this storm that is just to the southwest of Marquand. Let's take a look at the winds inside. It's even wrapped up even more, at least the reflectivity part. There it is. We've got a pretty significant rotation in southwestern Madison County. Now, again, this is hitting the storm well up in the atmosphere, and so far we haven't had any reports of a tornado touching down, but this is a pretty good indication of a tornado that is trying to develop in parts of Madison County right now. So we're going to zoom in a little closer to give you an idea of who's under the gun of the most significant threat with this storm. And here's Highway 67. You can see Highway C. Again, I think that was State Highway N earlier. Marquand right here. We've got the bridge that goes over the Castor River right here, and this goes down towards the Double D campground. If you know people that are in the Double D campground area or other campgrounds right along the Castor River south of Marquand, this is headed their way. So we may want to get in touch with them if you can and say, hey, there's 2-inch diameter hail headed your way and a possible tornado. This storm continues to try to wrap up from time to time, and it has been showing signs that it wants to wrap up a little tighter, and we're seeing that. It's not extremely strong, but there is definitely some rotation. You can see the spin right there in southern Madison County about to cross Highway 67. The rotation would stay to the south of Marquand. The rotation would hit right towards the Double D campground there, pretty close to the Boulder County and Madison County lines in right along the Castor River Valley. So as we back things up, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. It's basically just extending this severe thunderstorm. It's going through a good bit of parts of southern Illinois. We'll take a look at this as well, because we've been seeing just tremendous indications of very strong winds with this cell as it continues to move off to the east. Brian, do we have a new, maybe a storm track on a speed on this storm that's headed towards Marion right now? On the latest severe thunderstorm warning. I'm just going to track it.
It's east at 45.
East at 45. So I've turned my line track on to where I can just make it 45 miles per hour, whatever speed I want. So 45 miles per hour to the east, and you can see some of the locations. Pick out your town, your community. You will be impacted by this. Again, the main threat with this is very strong winds. Earlier, we saw winds approaching 80 miles per hour near Anna Jonesboro. At least we saw that on radar. I did get a report of some down power lines as this moved through northern Cape Girardeau County as well. So this is headed right between Interstate 57 and 24, right along that Highway 46 corridor over towards the Bloomfield area. Very strong gusty winds. You can see this blue shading here. It's not quite as intense as it was, the way it looks. We'll pick out some of the higher indications of winds, and you could see, well, 75 mile per hour winds. If that's reaching the ground, that's hurricane force winds moving across parts of southeastern Union County, about to move across the Interstate 24 corridor, and a little bit of a notch right here is forming as well, right near Interstate 24. Let's see if that's right along a reflectivity notch. It is, so that's something we'll have to watch as well, just to the north issued. And I'm going to step back here just a second and just take a look at what's headed our way. You can see an intense bow echo that is moving south of Rolla, that is headed towards Reynolds and Iron County. And if this holds together, it will go right across the central parts of the heartland, and areas that have already been hit hard will get hit again. So northwestern Pope County, parts of Hamilton County are under the gun with this severe thunderstorm warning. We have the severe thunderstorm warning still out for McCracken County, extreme northern Graves County. The severe thunderstorm warning for Scott and Mississippi County has been canceled. We have a severe thunderstorm warning out for Madison County. A new severe thunderstorm warning for, I don't think it clipped extreme northeastern White County. I think it's just out of our area. And then we still have for Jefferson County, just to the east of Mount Vernon, a severe thunderstorm warning. And we have a tremendous amount of wind that is headed our way. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to stop this motion. We're going to take one more look at this storm that is in Madison County and see if it's still showing signs of a possible tornado. If it is not, Brian and I are going to catch our breath here for just a second and get ready for this bow echo that is headed our way, because this is going to be a possibility of a significant severe weather event that's about to move into our area, unfortunately. So if you live to the southwest of Marquand, boy, that rotation has weakened significantly. Again, it continues to fluctuate. It'll show strong signs of rotation and then die down. And we have yet to see a report of a tornado with this storm. So that's a good sign. And because of that, what we're going to do now is we're going to send things back here to regular programming in just a second. But again, numerous severe thunderstorm warnings moving across southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and the worst is yet to come. It's going to be entering our area in about 20 to 25 minutes. So Brian McCormick and myself, we're going to get caught up. We're going to look at all the latest data. And boy, we didn't have time, did we? Tornado warning
Wow.
has just been issued because of this extremely fast-moving bow echo. I'm going to step back. Brian, take a look at the warning, if you would. If you take Brian on Max 2 behind him, and he'll get you up to date on this latest tornado warning that's just coming in.
Absolutely. This tornado warning goes into effect currently. It's in effect until 5 o'clock. The line of severe thunderstorms capable of producing both excessive straight line wind gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour and the threat of tornadoes moving to the east at 60 miles an hour. So those of you in northern Reynolds and Iron County, even St. Francis County, you're under a tornado warning because, one, we're dealing with the threat of tornadoes, also the threat of straight line wind in excess of 70 miles an hour. This is what we're watching right now. The Weather Service not wasting any time. They're just blanket warning out ahead of this thunderstorm as it moves to the east at 60 miles an hour, folks. This is what we've been talking about. This is why we issued that first alert action day. This is why we have that moderate risk of severe weather, because of this line right here now moving east of Rolla, a tornado warning in effect until 5 p.m. for northern Reynolds County and this northern part of Iron County until 5 o'clock. This severe thunderstorm is capable of both tornadoes and straight line winds in excess of 70 miles an hour. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, take the satellite picture off, and put the map in motion just to show you what we're talking about here. The very strong line of thunderstorms now moving into our viewing area, moving into Reynolds and Iron County. You can see this rear inflow notch. I want to talk about this very quickly. This is a very strong indication of very strong wind on the leading edge of this thunderstorm. You see how this takes a backward C shape? That backward C shape right there. There are some winds being funneled into the backside of this thunderstorm, and it's punching out ahead of that. So look out, Viburnum, Centerville, let's say Ironton. We've just been hit with some strong thunderstorms, and looks like round 2 is on the way. So again, a tornado warning in effect for Reynolds and Iron County until 5 o'clock this evening. You've still got a little bit of time. So this is the time to take your precautions. The things that we've been talking about when we've been under this severe thunderstorm, this tornado watch, take your precautions now. We have a tornado warning in effect until 5 p.m. The National Weather Service had just issued a blanket tornado warning because we're seeing spin-up tornadoes. We're seeing wind gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour on the leading edge of this thunderstorm as it races to the east at 60 miles an hour. You want to take your severe weather safety precautions immediately because this thunderstorm is moving rapidly in your direction. Also have that new severe thunderstorm warning for Saline and Johnson County in southern Illinois, extending into Polk County until 4:45. It's moving to the east at 45 miles an hour. Be on the lookout for damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 to 70 miles an hour. Also, the severe thunderstorm warning in Graves and McCracken County goes until 4:30, east at 25 miles an hour. We've had a long history with these thunderstorms producing golf ball sized hail as far back as Wickliffe, Kentucky, Ballard County. So here's Wickliffe. These thunderstorms rolled eastward, and as they did, they put down golf ball sized hail. So this is a serious thunderstorm, and it goes out until 4:30 p.m. Severe thunderstorm warning there also. So we are just covered up with severe thunderstorm warnings. I'll continue to watch the National Weather Service behind the scenes. Grant, back to you.
All right, thanks, buddy. Thanks for letting me catch my breath there. And I wanted to check the parameters that this system is moving into. I wanted to see what will likely happen, and there's a lot of shear available in the atmosphere to really keep this going. There is a lot of instability still to the south that's going to feed into this, and what this is probably going to do, kind of move this way and then gradually turn to the southeast. That's what a lot of times these do. They like to follow what we call the axis of instability, or they like to follow the strongest instability or the most energy out there. We've got a couple of storms that are out ahead of that main bow echo that we need to be concerned with as well. These two storms right here that are moving into northern Reynolds County and northwestern Iron County, and they don't look like much, but they've been showing little signs of rotation. We got a couplet right here along Highway 32. We got another little spin that's pretty close to the Bunker area. We've been talking about Bunker for a few times today with the first round that went through. So again, a tornado warning has been issued for northern Reynolds County and northwestern Iron County because of a possible tornado with those little storms, and then the blanket tornado warning that Brian was talking about. And what exactly does that mean? Well, it's because this storm that is moving our way, that's near Salem right now, this storm has produced numerous small spin-up tornadoes and excessive winds. And this is headed into the heartland right now. We're going to see more tornado warnings because these little notches could just drop a tornado at any time, and it may last only 30 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes. And to be honest, that's not necessarily the biggest concern with this system. The biggest concern is the fact that there's going to be widespread significant wind damage as this moves into our area. So we don't just need to focus on tornado warnings. This is the kind of day that we really have to focus on severe thunderstorm warnings as well, because life-threatening weather can occur with this type of setup without a tornado. We're talking about winds, at least on radar, being clocked at times over 90 miles per hour, especially with the radar we were seeing as it moved through the Springfield area. There's a little couplet right there in Iron County. There's a little couplet, a little spin right there in Reynolds County. And then just extreme winds moving into the heartland right now that'll just could do some significant damage. If they were to hold together, we could see very, very strong gusty winds with a lot of this activity. You can see there's one indication of winds up to 63 miles per hour, but at times we've seen winds on radar at least up to 96 miles per hour. That is just intense winds. Now, we continue to track this storm in southern Madison County that's going to be headed towards Boulder County here shortly. So let me kind of zoom in here for just a second. You can see here is that storm headed towards Marquand. This has been dropping some large hail from time to time, and again has been showing signs of rotation from time to time, but the rotation the last time we checked was a little weaker, still fairly weak. We're not really seeing any on the inflow side of the storm where we would be concerned with the possibility of a tornado. We'll take a look at the correlation coefficient to get an idea of if there's any large hail over 67. Yeah, we're seeing some hail, definitely some hail falling across Highway 67 right now as we speak. Now, we just had another severe thunderstorm warning issued. We can kind of see where that is, and we've got, okay, it's headed towards the Joppa area, also the Rosebud area, southern Pope County, and parts of Massac County. We're seeing the possibility of a new severe thunderstorm warning because of strong gusty winds and hail. You can see that is until 5 o'clock in the evening. The Massac County storm is, the McCracken County storm is out until 4:30. But back to Marquand. We've got a lot of storms out there, folks. That is basically turning into a big hail threat as well as strong gusty winds. So to kind of get everybody caught up to date, we have an intense wind storm that is going to be moving into our area. Intense thunderstorm activity with winds up to 90 miles per hour, likely with this Bo Echo as it moves in. The possibility of spin-up tornadoes along it as well. It is now entering our viewing area as we speak. Moving off to the east, I think they latest clocked it at 60 miles per hour. So let's put a storm track on this, the apex of the storm, the strongest part of the storm, and we will draw this out and move it off to the east at 60 miles per hour. And you can see that within the hour, here we go, 60 miles per hour, you can see a lot of areas that will be impacted. So we're back into Madison County. You're dealing with a severe storm right now. It'll get worse the way it looks right now. Just to the north of Piedmont, you'll be under the gun with this storm. Reynolds County, all of Iron County, parts of the Farmington area, Fredericktown will be under the gun with this very gusty storm that is headed our way. And the main threat will be very strong winds and large hail as we head throughout the afternoon and evening hours. This is going to be an all-evening event, more than likely. And Brian and I will be standing here for quite some time tracking these storms. Brian, did you get any information there? I know that our news director was chatting with you. I don't know if he had any information on damage anywhere.
We did. Just recently, Ameren reported 800 customers without power in Anna, Illinois. Again, 800 customers without power in Anna. We have widespread reports of wind damage, trees over the roadways in Vienna. That's in Johnson County, Illinois. That's with these thunderstorms, a massive cluster of thunderstorms now moving east. Let's see, at 45 to 50 miles an hour. Not only do we have the threat for damaging straight line wind, but for large hail as well. These thunderstorms have had no problem putting down quarter-sized to golf ball-sized hail. Looks like a new warning was just issued. Did I see that correctly? Let's see, until 4:45. It's just a continuation, I believe. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 4:45 as this severe thunderstorm moves to the east at 45 miles an hour. Again, to reiterate, in let's say from Union and Johnson County, these thunderstorms are very powerful. They've done some damage. Ameren reporting 800 customers without power in Anna, Illinois. And I'm sure that we have a lot more power outages across the heartland, and we will soon. As we were talking about that Bo Echo, that